Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you wanna battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Hey, man.
Hey, everybody.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
One.
Yeah.
Leave
Good,
that in.
Good.
That sounds good, man. All right, go ahead.
We're recording now?
Yeah, let's go.
A rolling start, but that was good. Just to get Ice Cube saying check 1 2, check 1 2. Me and Matty Boy's entire high school careers just went, oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Ice Cube in the house, More Stories podcast, straight out of Compton. Let's just dive head first. You went to Taft High in the Valley. How did you wind up in Compton with the other guys?
Actually, you know, growing up in South Central Los Angeles, it was cool. You know, we doing our thing, and one day we got a letter at the house, and it was a letter to either go to the neighborhood school or to get bussed. My mother got the letter before me, which is the big problem. When I get home, she like, I got a better school for you to go to. And the fact that my homies down the street, mother got the letter, and it was a few people on my block that got the letter, so our ass was getting bused to the Valley.
You didn't want to go to the Valley. You wanted to stay in the neighborhood?
Yeah, I wanted to stay in the neighborhood. You know, I didn't see the use to go to the Valley. It was like, it's a school right up the street. Why get bused? But then my mother was like, yo, it'd be a better education. You know what I mean?
That was the first thing off the top of
my
head.
Who gives a damn about a better education? Most of my homies is going right up the street. So, this happened when I was in the 7th grade. You know, so it started off in the 7th grade. So, you know, moms won that argument, and my ass got bused to the Valley.
Taft High.
Taft High.
And that's
before that, it was Hughes Junior High, which is shut down now. My class shut that school down.
Why? What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I guess the school was a little too rowdy. They had busted in too many kids. You know what I mean? Because, when you got 20 buses full of kids from South Central, Inglewood, Gardena, even the East Side, you got kids coming from everywhere being bussed out to this school and absolutely going nuts and going berserk and seeing that we got dropped off in the Brady Bunch. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
and it wasn't like you guys wanted to acclimate. You were like, well, we're just going to do what we do.
We're going to do what we do, and we kind of, we turn the students out a lot. And I just remember in the 7th grade, the principal had a big assembly, and she basically was like, this is without a doubt the worst 7th grade class I've ever been associated with. And then when I went to the 8th grade, she had another assembly and said, this is without a doubt the worst 8th grade class I've ever had. And then the school shut down the next year. I had to go to Parkman. All the students got separated, and I think it's a prison now. I don't know. I'm not sure.
To you at that age, it was probably a prison then. I mean, that's how I looked at school.
Me too. Just taking that long ass bus ride and just being so far away from the house. If you wanted to ditch, it damn near took you longer to get back to the hood on the RTD than it did if you just stayed at school and rode the bus home. So, it was like a 3-hour trek back to the house. You know what I mean? So it was
like
crazy.
That Chris Rock joke when he got bussed. And then he did bad on his tests, and they go, oh, Chris can't read. No, Chris is tired.
Yeah, Chris is sleepy.
Chris is fine.
Yeah.
So you and I work together, and we'll get into N.W.A. and the solo stuff. Lethal Injection, one of my favorite Cube albums. Brace yourself. pop.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody talking when I'm talking, fellas, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah. That's that clip from American Me. Yeah.
I lifted more weights all the time I ever been in the gym. That first track off Lethal Injection, I probably did more bench press to just that pop.
Yeah, When Will They Shoot, I think that is. Yeah.
It was the best. Yeah. So we'll get into N.W.A, obviously, and, of course, 22 Jump Street coming out in June. 21 Jump Street I loved, and I'm going to say this. I don't know why it is, but for some reason there's guys like Zac Efron, there's guys like Channing Tatum. It's just because, like, they're good-looking kids and, like, teeny bopper looking guys. Like, these guys are straight funny.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you're with Channing Tatum, and he's like a dancer, like he can really dance. Like, this guy is lights out funny. Everybody sweats Jonah Hill, and I'm not taking anything away from Jonah Hill. We know how funny he is. You watch 21 Jump Street, that fool made me laugh when he's like, I'm in a crazy costume. I'm in skinny jeans. It's just as hard to run. And you were the crazy what was the name of your police?
Captain Dixon.
Captain Dixon. And you're like, and I don't want no jokes about my name.
It was like I wanted to play the craziest black captain, out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because we had the crazy black captain on Starsky and Hutch. If anybody remembers Starsky and Hutch, the TV episode. I'm taking us way back. We had the crazy one then. Then we had a crazy one in Beverly Hills Cop. The dude that was chewing out Axel Foley's ass. You know what I mean? He was like one of the mean little son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to go for. I wanted to be the meanest one of all, the craziest one of all, the most shit-talkingest one of all.
Now, did they come to you with a straight offer? Did you have to audition? I can't imagine them asking you to audition.
No. Jonah Hill's a big fan. You know what I mean? He saw me at this little event that I was at, and he was like, yo, dude, I got the, if you down to do it, I got the perfect movie for you. And he was like, 21 Jump Street. I'm like, that bullshit-ass TV show, y'all about to make a movie off that? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Worked out.
When he sent me the script,
I
was like, oh, this is crazy. Because they just, they clown themselves. They clown the movie. The comedy was off the wall. I mean, dude head turned into a damn ice cream cone. You know what I mean? It was like nothing was off limits. So that's why I did it.
Do you find, Ice Cube, when white guys meet you, they feel obligated to somehow sort of talk like brother, like, hey, I got something that's banging?
Some of them do. and you could tell, and those kind are the funniest because, it's like, stay in your lane. You know what I mean? I got white guys that, that I'm down with, I admire, you know what I mean, that I would love to meet, but I damn sure wouldn't start talking like them or acting like them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To meet them. So it's like, be yourself, man. You ain't gotta put on no kind of you ain't gotta put on your hood jacket to rock.
How often
me.
does that happen when a white guy meets you and he's like, hey man, straight up?
Damn near every day, Jay.
Really?
Damn near every day, man.
Now I'm thinking back to when I just saw you in reception. I think it was just like...
Bro, when he came in here, I was like, yo, what up? What up, cuz?
That's actually how he talks.
What's cracking?
But see, I know y'all down. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different when you know somebody down.
More Stories podcast. We're down. Matty Boy and JJ down with the Q.
It's different than somebody that is just, it's like, it reminds me of like agents, you know what I mean? They try to fit in, talk as cool as you and be right there with you, and when the next client comes in, they right there with him.
Flip it up.
They go from hood to biker motorcycle shit. You know what I mean, with each client. Whoever walks in, that's who they gonna turn into.
It's like, hey agent, I don't know if you know this. I need you to be the nerdiest Jewish guy I've ever met. I don't want you going, what's crack-a-lack?
No.
What's up, partner?
That ain't gonna get no money. I could do that.
Go on the shrimp.
Go get the money, man.
Yeah, go get my money.
Go get the money.
How about, are you obsessed?
We the coolest.
My thing, this is the thing with me. Any agent I've ever had, there was like, when are we going to get together for FaceTime? And I'm like, never, none. There's no reason for you and I to have lunch. Just put me in the room for the audition or the meeting. It's not going to help me get movies, you and I having lunch. I don't understand it. They must do that to you. You're way more famous than I am.
Yeah, they ask, but not too often. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess they already know it's going to be. Come on, man.
You should bring them down in the hood. Your favorite like soul food spot.
They ain't gonna
bring them to church.
They ain't gonna. I don't go to church.
No.
So they ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? They gonna just want to kick it. And I guess, when it's all said and done, these guys who kind of, are the agents and the managers and the this and the that, everybody's a groupie of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, everybody likes somebody more than they should. You know what I mean?
Right.
These are kind of like, in a way, industry groupies. You know what I'm saying? They love the business, and they want to be around it. And they agents, but they really want to hang out. You know what I mean?
But when
it's
you
like,
walk in,
it's like, fuck making you $20 million. Let's go to lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, come on, dude, get your priorities in order, man. Make the $20 million and shit. We can open up a restaurant together. What the
yeah,
fuck?
we go to our own restaurant.
Yeah.
For our FaceTime. Open a restaurant in your office.
Yeah, exactly.
We did Are We There Yet together. That's when I met Ice Cube. It was one of the easiest things I've ever done. I only took 4 days. Made a good wage, got to go up to, I think it was Vancouver we were up at.
Yeah.
And it was fun as hell. And I don't know if the listeners realize, and I told Cube this off mic, I'm going to talk, I'm going to say some things here that people may not know about you. When I worked with you, I was stunned at your work ethic. You were doing the movie, and you would fly on a private jet, red eye, to go do like the Letterman show, Good Morning America. You'd make all the rounds in New York. And then your ass would fly back to Vancouver, and you'd be on set at like 4 o'clock, ready to go. And I was like, when does this guy sleep?
Yeah, it was crazy.
I was impressed.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. I think, anybody to get to where I am, you know what I'm saying, where you are, to have longevity, dude, you got to have a work ethic, you know what I mean, to just be in the game more than 15 minutes or, everybody got their 3 years when they first come out. It's the 3-year bang. You first come out. Everybody think you the best shit.
It's like the NFL.
You got 3 years on tip top, and then from there, you actually find your spot. You know what I mean? You don't want to come all the way down the hill. Damn sure don't want to hit the bottom, but you do want to settle somewhere near the top. You know what I mean? And then you do your thing, and then you create, fans, and then that's your time to cement yourself into people's hearts. And so it's all about working to get to that. And then you can cruise once people love you and, you're doing your thing.
When I did Jerry Maguire, I saw the work ethic in Tom Cruise, and I'm like, wow, this guy works his balls off. But that was just one movie. It was the first time I was on a movie set where I saw a guy working so hard. Because you had something else brewing, I forget what it was, but you had to promote something that you had already done.
Yeah.
And you were in pre-production for XXX.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you remember this. This is a very funny anecdote. Me and you were hanging out between takes at the craft service table. And craft service table, there's like jelly donuts, and there's all these treats and shit laid out.
Yeah.
And you're like, for about about 6 days, you're like, man, I got to lose 20 pounds for XXX. And you were swole, you're getting in shape for XXX, taking over for Vin Diesel. And you and I were just having a conversation. And maybe the story I was telling you was just boring as fuck. But at one point in the middle of me telling you something, you looked down and you took a jelly donut. You went, man, fuck XXX. And you just started eating jelly donuts. And you never moved. You just sat there. You ate like 6 jelly donuts in a row, and they're like, "Okay, back to work." And you just
shit,
went, "Fuck XXX."
Hey, that getting in shape shit is for the birds. You know what I mean? I just like to just do me, be me.
Yeah,
be comfortable.
No XXX3 with Ice Cube.
Nah. I ain't,
what about an out of shape XXX start? What about the action star that's got a gut, smokes herb, hangs out, doesn't really feel like getting off his couch?
Maybe you can even be an angry captain.
Angry police captain with a gut that fights crime. We'll put them all
go
together.
see 22 Jump Street. That's damn near what it is.
Is he more angry in 22 Jump Street than he was in 21 Jump Street?
Yeah,
Because he was pretty angry.
He's more angry. He hates everybody. He hates everything, especially Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. You know what I mean? Hate them motherfuckers.
So Channing Tatum, you agree with me, completely underrated, funny-wise.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's a funny dude because he just has that. I don't know. It's something about It's like what Sean Penn had in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Another old movie. I'm taking you motherfuckers back. Don't worry about it. But it's like he just got that look. And if he say something stupid, it's just funny. You know what I'm saying? So this dude just got that look. If he he could take it anywhere. He could take it to the action hero side, or he could say something stupid and make you laugh.
Or he can dance like in Magic Mike.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see Magic Mike. You know,
I saw it 15
that ain't one of my
times
favorite
with
movies.
my pants off.
I see.
I never seen it with my pants
man.
on.
Calm
Magic
down,
Mike.
dude. Calm down.
Here's a question, special request. Where did Tyler Perry come from? All of a sudden, no Tyler Perry. Then all of a sudden, everything in the world. I'm asking you.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler been doing his thing for years, man.
Nobody knew it.
But he was pretty much on the play circuit, doing plays, and that's how he developed his audience. He would do plays of what's the chick, Medea. He would do plays with her and go all over the country, and he built this big fan base and this big following, and then he started doing movies.
Now, this is a serious question. And going back to Chris Rock, there's famous and there's black famous.
Yeah.
Was he just black famous? Because now he's a
At
household
first,
name.
yeah, at first he was just black famous.
Because Medea,
At first, I don't even know if he was black famous. He was trying to be black famous. The play circuit is it's a great circuit, but it's usually people that's really trying to kind of get their feet in the game. It's like most people that do plays want to do movies, no doubt. So,
but every once in a while, you run into those weirdos that are like, "No, I enjoy the theater," and you're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" The theater's for ugly people that can't make it in movies. That was a line when we did Action. That was one of the lines in Action. What? Broadway? That's for ugly people that can't make it in Hollywood. Fuck Broadway. The plays.
I mean, it's all good. I don't want to diss nobody's craft or what they do. Some people like it to get that live effect, and acting on a movie is too hurry up and wait, too stale, too
so much waiting.
There's so much waiting, and you're acting in little 5-minute segments, and then it's basically go back to your trailer and then wait and then come back and act. And then some people just don't dig that. They want to do the whole thing. I dig it, because I'm not an actor. I didn't go to Juilliard or no shit like that.
I thought
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I didn't go to Juilliard, man.
Here's a funny story from Are We There Yet? I was in your trailer. We were hanging out, and W.S. was embroidered on everything. There was a sound studio in the trailer. It was like a triple-decker. There was like 2 bathrooms. It was beautiful. And I said, "Oh, W.S., you got this all tricked out for West Side?" And you go, "Yeah." And about a half hour went by, and then we go back to the set. We're in between takes. She said, "Man, I lied to you. This used to be Will Smith's trailer."
Yeah, it was Will Smith's trailer. Come on, man. I want to be fly.
Though. You tried to play it off like, "Yeah, man, West Side. It's the West Side trailer."
Look, man, come on now. If I wanted to play it off, I wouldn't have never told you the truth.
I know, but that made me knew that we were actually like friends. You let me in on the secret.
Yeah, man, come on. Nah. Will Smith, I guess he did a movie up there and wanted to
leave
rent
his
out
trailer behind him?
No, I mean, it's a big-ass trailer. You know what I mean? He wanted to rent it out, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing a movie up there. Leave it up there.
Did he give you a good deal?
Yeah, he gave me a great deal.
All right, that's good.
Great deal.
Now that you're doing movies, successful movies, like Are We There Yet? Is it done yet? Did you tie that yet? Is he dead yet? Anything with the word yet in it, Ice Cube's in it, 22 Jump Street, obviously all the movies you're doing. Do you ever, do you go like, damn, I got to get back on the mic. I got to go back and get back to hip-hop and start spitting rhymes and getting back to doing live shows or recording an album? Or is that something that, like, that was me then?
Man, I'm still doing tours, still doing music.
See, I didn't know this.
I've seen it. But still dropping it. It's just what it is it's when you go independent and do your own thing, you basically are not on that same gravy train as
you're not getting pushed by a big company too.
And they don't want to see you successful. You know what I mean? It's like
the business doesn't.
The big wigs who got a lock on the business, they don't want to see no independent come up. So, they promote their own and push away the dude that's trying to come up and do his thing. So, unless you knew, you got a 3-year window, you know what I'm saying? But when you've been in the game, long as I have, it's basically like, no. So the records seem like they're unpromoted, but you got to be a true down hardcore Ice Cube fan like your man is right here.
That's
and
right.
He know that I've been dropping records since 2006. I ain't never stopped dropping records.
So when you go out on tour, is it up to you to organize the whole thing, or do you just hire outside people not involved in the record industry to put together the whole tour, since you don't have the big company promoting you anymore?
No, it's promoters. It's not, it's nothing I need to do. It's promoters who say, yo, our Ice Cube show will work here, and they put the show together.
And how many people do you tour with?
You mean in my crew? or
It seems
just
like both.
I mean, I've been on this last summer. We just did the King of the Mic tour, which was me, LL Cool J.
That's the one you saw?
Public Enemy.
No. I didn't see King
and
of
De La Soul. So we toured.
First of all, who the hell goes on last on that show? That's like
LL went on last. I went on right before LL. Then
you went to
PE.
follow Public Enemy?
Yeah, then P was before me, and then dude, I can
Dallas.
perform.
Oh, I know that.
Now,
That's
I
a tough
just
spot.
busy, baby.
No, man, he's crazy.
He's first to last, I taps that ass. You know what I mean? It don't matter where you put me in the lineup.
Del Sol shows up, they know they're going up first. You're going up at about noon. When people are filing in, parking their cars, you guys can be
They
doing
rock,
that.
though. You know, they rock.
They rock, but
They
there's a
rock.
big difference between De La Soul, me, myself, and I, and, you know, True Goy the Dove, and all of a sudden it's Public Enemy, Ice Cube, and LL Cool J rocking the bells.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
No,
That's
yeah.
the buffer.
I saw Rock. I think I saw you at Rock the Bells. You were Rock the Bells a couple years ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you closed. You were like came out at like 11:30, and you.
That's early for a rap show.
Well, I mean,
But it's a
venue,
festival, so it's all day
Ah.
things. So.
But so he closed it out, and he fucking shut shit down. Like the whole. I mean, you know, there was 2 Chainz, there's J. Cole, there's everybody all day. You know, Schoolboy Q, and at the end, you just hear the music come on, and everybody piles over, and I think Dub was with you.
Yeah, Dub, me and Dub C gets
And you guys just came out and shit went fucking nuts.
Yeah, it was
Let
fun.
me ask you serious, and I know there's corporate answers, and it's me and you just talking together answers.
Yeah.
When you're on a big show like that, and there's a whole bunch of new rappers, the auto-tune rappers, when you come up at the end of the show and you destroy, is a part of you like, take that, motherfucker?
Of course. Look and learn, you young bucks.
Yeah.
Show you youngsters how it's done.
That's how it looked.
I mean, you know, I grew up.
Of course. You didn't even
I grew up
hesitate.
when mics had chords on them. You know what I mean? There's no production. It's just a DJ and a mic and an MC with a mic.
And the DJ used to be the star.
Yeah, he used to be the starter. The MC was the side.
Eric B got
yeah.
front billing over Rakim.
Yeah, no doubt. So it's like I've seen the essence from when you had to rock the mic. It wasn't no production. You ain't about to have no explosions, no light shows. Nobody about to, come out the ceiling. None of this shit. It's just the mic. And you had the MC, which means master of ceremony, means mic control the crowd with the mic. And that's the school I come from. So you can put me in big production. You can put me in little production. I went to Germany one time, and it was like this little club, and it was like a club they did on a boat. It was so small, and they was like, Q, will you get on the mic? I rocked that shit on a chair. You know what I mean? It was like I was on a chair spitting and killed it. And that's, you got to be that to be a real MC to me.
That's the big difference between music and comedy. I'm never going to go to Germany and have German people talking along with my jokes. Whereas like in music, you go to Germany, you got people that don't speak a word of English, and they just know every word to all the hits. That's going to blow your mind.
It's crazy. Japan, you go there and they can't speak a lick of English, or the people that you talking to can, but they know every song. They know, they just know the flavor, and it's just crazy that that you would just kind of look into music that much that's from a different language, saying a different thing, and
it
you
means
still get into
a lot to people. And
Yeah.
you came up, when I first dialed in, I guess it was about 88, 89, and it was you guys in Public Enemy were the first, to me, because I was listening to LL first, and that was all about I'm better than you, and I'm in love with your girl, and I'm going to explain to you on the mic, Master of Ceremonies, as you said. I'm going to explain why I'm better than you. That's all the verses were. I'm better than you, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And all of a sudden, Public Enemy came out, and then you guys came out, and you guys were straight. This is all bullshit. We're fucking angry. We're not being spoken for. We're going to speak for ourselves. N.W.A, we're from the streets. This is our reality. And you guys just turned the music industry on its head. Which member of N.W.A had you known the longest prior to getting together with everybody?
Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
I met Dr. Dre in 1983. 84. He was still
In
a
seventh
local.
grade in that class?
Now I was by 83. I was in the 9th grade, and I met Dre. Dre cousin, which is Sir Jinx, who's produced. If you heard any of my records, you've heard me say,
I heard you
Sir
say
Jinx.
Sir Jinx.
Yeah, so he lived down the street from me. He lived about 4 houses down, And Dre got kicked out of his mama house in Compton, and moved down the street with his auntie, which was Jink's mother. You know what I'm saying? So
Played by Tyler Perry.
Yeah, played by Tyler Perry. So he moved down the street, and he was a famous local DJ. You know what I mean? Dre was. He was big out here in L.A. throwing parties, but the biggest was Egyptian Lover and Uncle Jam's Army, and so he was still trying to make a name for himself. And he's the only person I know who had did a record, which was Dr. Dre in Surgery. 1984.
That's when he had a little outfit on.
Yeah.
So, the doctor's mask.
We just got together, started working, and he liked how I rhymed. He liked what I was talking about. And I was talking about stuff that was going on in the neighborhood, and he was basically like, man, you got something with that. We should keep working on it. Then I met Easy.
Where'd you meet Easy?
I met Easy. He used to come around Dre. Dre was with the Wrecking Crew, so they did parties all through L.A. at these different spots. And then one time this young little hustler that was around, and it was Easy. And Dre introduced me, and Dre said that him and Easy used to throw parties back in Compton High when they was in high school. And then Easy started slanging, doing his thing. And
first time you heard Easy rhyme, were you blown away?
No, he sucked.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He was not a rapper at all.
You wrote all his lyrics.
We turned him into a rapper.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a manager. And he asked me to write. He told me, he said, write one of them neighborhood songs for my group.
Yeah.
He had a group called HBO, which was called Homeboys Only. And they was out of Queens. And we thought they was the shit because they was out of Queens and they was going to blow up
Queens
faster
Bridge.
than
Sure.
anybody from Compton. So they're going to be the first ones on Ruthless Records, which was the company Easy was starting. And, dude, they didn't like the rap. They did not like the rap. I wrote the rap, and they was like, what are you talking about, man? We don't know what a 6'4" is. We don't know what ganking is.
People from Queens didn't know.
People from Queens didn't know what we was talking about in the rhyme. And the name of the rap is called Boys in the Hood. And so we got in a big argument. They left. But we had studio time. And back then it was like, man, we done paid for fucking 7-8 hours, and these dudes gone, and we not just gonna not do nothing. Dre got the beat, so Dre looked at Easy and was like, won't you do it? And he was, man, nah, what the fuck? Nah, you crazy. What is it? Man, I want to make a real record company. I want you on Real Records. And he was like, dude, you could do it. So Dre was like, trust me, you got a voice, man. You could do it. And they worked for about 2 or 3 days to put that record together. It took about 2 or 3 days.
Now, how come Easy pops, you pop, Dre pops, obviously, and then you got Yella and Ren? They just kind of went away. What is the difference between like you three really taking it to the next level, and those two are sort of just like, oh yeah, they were in N.W.A. too?
You never know. You never know what the circumstances are.
Is it work ethic? Like we were just talking about work ethic earlier.
I don't think so. Because I think Yella worked real hard. You know what I mean? I think he was a hard-working dude. I just think he was, he was working up under Dre a lot. And I don't know if he ever developed his own sound. You know what I mean? So, I just think he just kind of never stepped out there like that.
And as far as their voices go, Ren, to me, it has a really distinctive voice.
That,
yeah. Especially on the first album.
Uh-huh.
When Ren starts rapping, I go, yeah, I could see this, and then just nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he did records afterwards, but, Ruthless was in such a state after Dre left, it just started to fragment and kind of fall apart.
All right, let's take a break for commercials. Stay tuned. I got more questions for Ice Cube. Mr. Jackson, that's what you can call him as. And if you meet him in the street, don't say, what's up, homie?
No, don't do that.
Just say hi.
Say what up.
Be right back. Summer is finally here, and you want as much free time as possible. Don't let going to the post office cut into that free time. Use Stamps.com instead. With Stamps.com, you can print postage right from your desk. You won't have to go to the post office, find parking, wait your turn, none of it. Stamps.com turns your PC or Mac into your own personal post office. Buy and print official U.S. postage using your own computer and printer. Print everything from stamps to shipping labels whenever you need it. Then just hand your mail to your mailman. Stamps.com is so convenient and easy to use, you will never waste time going to the post office again. I use Stamps.com, and the reason I keep telling you to use Stamps.com is because it's great. Right now, use my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R, for this special offer, no-risk trial, plus $110 bonus offer. That includes a digital scale and up to $55 free postage. That is a lot of letters, my friend. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Mohr, M-O-H-R. That's Stamps.com. Enter Mohr. Yeah.
Geico presents Fan Mail to a Pig.
Dear Maxwell, I just want to say thank you for making my Geico Insurance ID card digital. It's easy to find on the app. It doesn't give me paper cuts, and I always have it on hand because it's on my phone. Because of this, I finally cleaned out my glove box, which was filled with years of paper ID cards. Any thought on what I should put in my glove box now? Sincerely, Trent Patterson. Trent, what can you put in the glove box? Here's a crazy thought. How about gloves?
Digital insurance ID cards, just a tap away on the Geico app.
When shopping for car insurance, consider this. Geico has been saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years. So if you're serious about savings, it's simple. Go to geico.com. After 75 years, they know how to save you money.
Go to jmohr.com, click that Amazon banner, buy things on Amazon through jmohr.com. I get a kickback. I put my kids through college with that money. That is a direct deposit. I can't touch it. It's just for their college education. I'll read what you bought when you email me what you bought at jmohr.com. Mark Anderson. Hey, Mark Anderson, dig this. I'm reading your name on my podcast, listened to by millions. He writes, JJ, hey, man. Turned my wife onto the Jay Mohr podcast, and a few weeks later, she got pregnant. I clicked through your Amazon banner at jmohr.com and purchased the Da Vinci 4-in-1 convertible crib for our soon-to-be-here baby boy. Thanks for the great podcasts, Mark Anderson. Mark Anderson, that's going to be a healthy, beautiful baby boy. I can't tell you how much that means to me, and thanks for getting that message out. When you use the Amazon banner at jmohr.com, you will get your wife pregnant. All right, so after N.W.A, when Dre and Easy start getting into it on vinyl and on CD, as a bystander, are you do you feel like you got to pick sides, or are you just uncomfortable with the whole thing when Easy's just putting out,
well, see,
basically hits on with his mouth?
I had my feud with N.W.A first, so at that time I was happy. I was just watching the show. It was fun to see Dre and Easy go at it, because I was like, as long as my name is out their mouth, I'm just watching.
And nobody mentioned you by name in those raps?
Nah, not after No Vaseline. After No Vaseline, it was nothing. I was waiting. I had another record cocked and loaded, but I didn't hear. I think they broke up like right after that record.
Sometimes you can put a rap out that there's just no response.
No response to I was surprised, to be honest, because I thought, whoa, after they hear this, it's going to do an album on me.
No, they didn't.
Not one record.
So Easy and Dre get after it. You're just happy. You're on the sidelines watching these guys go after it. And meanwhile, at that point, you were up doing your own thing.
Yeah, I was doing my own thing. Movies had started to take shape, what I'm saying, the movie career, after, writing Boys in the Hood and then being in the movie Boys in the Hood, so, things just started taking off, and I just had to, really take it serious, because I love movies creating on that level. I don't think it's no other canvas bigger than a movie screen.
So if I came to you when you were doing N.W.A and I said you were going to be in family movies in 20 years, you wouldn't have told me to get the fuck out of here. You would have went, yeah, that's the big plan. That's good.
Well, I don't know if that would have been the big plan, but I'd have been like, all right, shit, I could see it happening. Because, growing up, how I grew up and how, the shit we talk about in our records, I mean, we still, I still saw E.T., you know what I'm saying? I still watched, family movies that was good. You know, it wasn't like, you know, all we watched was Scarface and, you know,
why do black
gangster
people,
movies. It was like, yo, we watched every damn thing that came on TV just like anybody else.
Why do black people talk so much in the movie theater?
Because we enjoying ourselves.
Well, I enjoy
we don't
myself.
spend that money, and we got something to say, man, and just wait until the movie's over to make a comment is kind of ridiculous to some black people. When you got something to say, you just say it. It's like you was in your living room.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucked up now. Guys just yelling at the screen.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
Anybody
good.
out there, if you wish to really have a truly incredible movie performance, go, if you can find a black theater in your neighborhood, play along, Wisconsin. If you can find a black theater in your neighborhood, just go to a movie. And just don't go thinking to yourself, like, I hope nobody talks. Just go and be a part of it. It's one of the more fun things you'll ever hear in your life, especially a horror movie.
Horror movie.
Oh, that's his ass.
Comedy.
That's his ass.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. It's beautiful. It's fun. You know, it's fun when people be themselves. You know, this political correct shit is whack.
I agree.
It's just whack.
Easy. What was going on when you guys were in N.W.A? N.W.A. Do you know N.W.A? You know that band?
Yes.
N.W.A used to be my management company. But N.W.A, when you got, obviously Easy got sick and died, was there something he was doing that you were observing that you were like, this is going to fucking kill this guy?
Yep. It's just, you know, fucking chicks with lambskin condoms.
Well, condoms are supposed to be good and protect you.
Not no fucking lambskin.
I don't know.
That shit
about
don't
this.
protect you. That shit is like,
I'm guessing
it's not a prophylactic. It's not gonna protect you. And he knew it, and I told him, and we all told him. He said shit.
I'm guessing he wasn't too selective with who he was having sex with.
You know, I don't know. You know, I don't think you have. I don't think you can look at somebody and know what they got. You know what I mean? He could have got it from a fine ass model chick. You never know.
I'm saying he wasn't like pulling crackheads off the street, like, because it was
not
funny.
that I know of. You know, but shit, he sold dope. You never know. You know, when you sell dope, you never know how people pay.
So that's another question I had, and I was asking Bun B this in another episode, is what is the percentage of rappers that are rapping about pulling the gat and pulling the trigger, and like you yourself, I didn't have to use my AK, it was a very good day. What percentage of rappers actually carry guns, and what percentage of rappers have actually used a gun, and what percentage are just saying it to make a story?
You never know, you know what I mean? Because I think rap is all about, you know, what you do, what you see, and what you hear. You know what I mean? It's a combination of that. And so I don't really know who's doing what, you know, who feel like, you know, I don't feel like I need to carry no guns. You know, everybody love me. So,
but you know, Easy was dealing dope. He was in it, like, we know Biggie sold dope. We know Easy sold dope. So when they're talking about moving weight and shit like that, I got a funny feeling like Ghostface, he's not really fish scaling it. It's just kind of like a show for the woo. I don't know that personally. I'm not asking you to comment on another crew, but you guys actually, not you specifically, and if you were, this is being exclusive, but like guys in the crew were actually slinging dope in the hood.
Yeah, but you know, it's a trip because, you know, you can have a guy who murdered 15 people, but he can't rap worth of shit. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And then you can have a guy who didn't do nothing, but he's a amazing artist and who can paint the picture for you. So, you know, when it's all said and done, it all comes back to art. You know what I mean? It's not reality. It's art. And some people paint a picture from different aspects. You know what I mean? They can paint it where this is self, you know, biopic kind of thing, or this is something I heard, or this is something that's just cool to say. So rappers come from all different angles, and, you know, I think we should give them the leeway to do that. You know, we shouldn't say, okay, if you didn't do it, don't say it.
Well, some of them do it, and like C. Murder's in jail for murder, so he named himself, well, he picked a really good name.
Yeah, but you know, you take somebody like a Will Smith.
Yeah,
he come out the neighborhood too. You know what I mean? Neighborhood of Philadelphia. Now, has he killed anybody? No. Has he talked about beating anybody up? No. But that don't mean Will Smith won't whoop your ass if you step up to him. You know what I'm saying? Or
he played
that,
Ali, man.
That if you jump in his fucking in his backyard that he won't shoot your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like when you come from the neighborhood, any neighborhood with any kind of adversity, you have the credentials to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the criminal to speak on it.
Right.
Even the law-abiding citizen can rap about it. You know, so when you come from the neighborhood, you already cloaked in the bullshit, so you already know what it is, and you know how to deliver it. You can deliver it in a hardcore way. You can deliver it in a PG-13 way. You can deliver it in a G way if you want to. It's really on how you want to present your art. You know, we came up with the hardcore gangster style, and everybody kind of followed our lead, but before we did that, rap, it was all kind of different styles. Everybody was on all different tips. It was extremely creative.
Yeah.
Now, you know, everybody's kind of following this whole gangster role because it looks cool.
It seems now rap is all about the after party. It just seemed like Lamborghinis, chains, chicks, champagne, Lamborghini, chains, chicks,
Yeah.
repeat.
Escapism.
That's all I hear, the new stuff, the escapism.
Escapism.
Perfect.
That's what rap is. Escapism. You know, it's all about changing your reality. You know what I'm saying? So it's go to the club, it's spend money, it's women, it's clothes, it's cars, it's drugs, it's anything that you can do to change your reality, make you feel better. So that's what rap has really fell into, just a way to escape the realities of, you know, the shit Public Enemy was talking about, KRS-One, and even stuff that Ice-T and myself dabbled in. You know, it's too hard to go down that road. There's too much struggle in that. You know, I'm not ready to do that. I just want to get some pussy and go to the club. You know, can we keep it simple, Mr. Rapper? You know what I mean? So
Right.
That's kind of what it's boiled down to.
It's hard to hit the dance floor to N.W.A. straight out of Compton, but you guys made it work. The beat, and I guess that's Dre. He put the beats together that even though you were saying fuck the police and young nigga got it bad because I'm brown, it's still like when that beat comes on, I can still go out on the dance floor and dance.
Well, you know what it is too, man, is like it was new. So it was fresh. So it was the new, you know. So now, you know, it's been around for 25, 30 years as far as hardcore gangster rap, and it's not new. So, you know, the same thing might not move the crowd like it did back then, you know.
If a rapper takes a shot at you, how fast does the word get back to you that some rapper took a shot at you on a record? Or are you just
Immediately.
oh, really?
Immediately. With the social media stuff, man, you know, you'll know.
That's what I tell my wife. I'm like, trust me, if anybody's talking shit, I'll know it within 1 minute.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you ever feel the need to like just, or you got to ignore it because then you'll be acknowledging their skill by even reaching your ears, by responding to what they said about you, right?
Yeah, you got to know who you're dealing with. You know, it's kind of like if you Mayweather, you know, everybody going to want to fight you.
Right.
You
Because
know
you
what I'm
can
saying?
make a rapper by responding to that rapper.
You know, and so you only want to respond to people who deserve it.
Jay-Z, 50 Cent, perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, Jay-Z came out on stage, I forget what show it was, and he said, you know, 50 Cent, the fuck is 50 Cent?
Yeah,
I'm about dollars.
Yeah, I'm about dollars.
And that's what, and nobody knew who 50 Cent was until he made that statement, and then everybody went and researched 50 Cent, and then he blew up, and then, you know, finally Dre found him and all that good stuff.
Because everybody got you know, 50 Cent did a record about, you know, stealing and robbing, you know. He's just like, yo, I'd rob everybody in the rap game. So he was going down the list of the people he would and how he would do them, you know. And it was funny. It was actually very creative, very comical, and you had to take it like a joke.
But you
and
do
it was
have to have the skill to put it over the top.
It was skills because it was super creative. And, you know, some people got mad, and that's what started helping 50 get on is those big rappers getting mad at him. Now everybody looking at him and peeping out the records he was doing, and that's how he started to come up on them.
You talk about Dre back in the day, you know, he used to put on parties, and he was the guy with the beats, and he had the beats for you and Easy in the studio and all those guys. There's no doubt he's like a genius.
Yes.
And I remember I tried to get him on Mohr Sports, the show I was doing on ESPN. I wanted Rakim on my show.
Yeah.
And the only time Rakim could talk to me when he was in the studio with Dre, someplace in the Valley. I go into the studio. Remember the Hollywood Squares game show?
Yeah.
There was pit bulls in cages at the door, like Hollywood Squares. And the guy that owned the studio had a button that if people started fucking around, the gate went up, and all the goddamn pit bulls came out and tore everybody's head. So everyone was on their best behavior, walking around with mason jars of their own.
Was that Can-Am Studios?
I don't remember, but I remember Rakim's in the studio doing this thing. He comes out, he talks to me. I give my big speech, and he's like, all right, that's peace. Because they wanted me to have, like, Sheryl Crow and Blink-182, and I'm like, but you don't understand. Like, that's not the kind of show. It's classic, network arguments. And I said to Rakim, I told him, I told the network when I was dreaming of having a show like this, I wasn't listening to them. I was listening to you. And he went, and I quote, now that's peace. And it was done. We shook on it. It was done. But the beat that Dre had him working on was that boom. But that's on a 50 Cent record.
Yeah.
And the record for Rakim was going to be called Oh My God. And it was going to be Rakim's new record. All those tracks, they went over to 50 Cent. So Dre he's so smart. He knows, well, this is Rakim. I could do his comeback, or I could launch 50 Cent. So when I heard that track, I was like, oh my God. I was there, but it was for Rakim. So Rakim probably someplace a little upset with Dre.
A little bit.
But
I seen him snatch Sam Snead off of Natural Born Killers and put me on.
Yeah.
Natural Born Killers. It's like, yo, this is a record I'm doing with Sam Snead. He played it. I'm like, yeah, this shit's crazy. It's like, you got a verse? Shit, give it to me.
So he's an opportunist. You don't fault the man for that.
No, I mean, it's gotten him where he is today, and he's launched some of the biggest stars ever, including myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it's like this dude, you got to let him go. You can't harness him, and you don't want it force fed. If Dre wanted to do a record with me, or if I wanted Dre to do a record for me, and he wasn't into it, I wouldn't want it.
Right.
I wouldn't want it because I know it wouldn't be that magic. It's when he's into the artist or when he's into the record, it's when the magic comes. If you force feed it on him, you never know.
It seems like Dre is the only guy whose quote unquote sidemen became huge stars, or he just like Eminem, just launched them. Because it seems you listen to a Jay-Z record, he'll tell you Memphis Bleak 50 fucking times in one verse. Then you buy a Memphis Bleak record and it sucks, and you're like, well, you fucking told me this guy was the best.
Yeah.
But like Dre just went, it was you guys, and then it was 50 Cent, and it was Ice Cube. If in the NFL, there's coaching trees.
Yeah.
Dre's coaching tree is bananas.
It's crazy. I mean,
it's
like,
does anybody have one comparable to Dre's?
I don't think so. Maybe Russell Simmons. I don't know. But it's like,
like KRS One tried to sell us Miss Melody and
Easy
Be Nice. Yeah,
Ice Cube.
Yeah,
Snoop. Eminem, 50 Cent. This dude is like
Kendrick.
These dudes.
Oh, he's
the game.
The game.
The game.
Kendrick
like,
Lamar. Yeah.
We talking about top level, top shelf shit. Not no,
I saw the game.
Not no doubles. We talking about home runs.
I was walking at a 24-hour fitness listening to the game, and the game was at the reception desk. He forgot his ID. He's got the L.A. tattooed to his cheek. The fucker's tall. He's like 6'6", skinny as hell. And I was like a child. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm listening to you right now on my headphones. But I'm shouting because they're still in my ears. And he just looked at me like, all right, little man, keep it moving. But I'm like, what the fuck you doing working at a 24-hour fitness, man? You're rich. What are the chances of an N.W.A. reunion? Slim to none? Slim left town?
Well, I mean, Easy is not here, so it's never going to be the actual
That's the
reunion.
Thing. I guess that's like in your. I'm putting words in your mouth because the Rolling Stones will tour with a different drummer, a different fucking bassist. They got 3 guitars, different guys. But N.W.A. without Easy, it'll never be an N.W.A. reunion. Is what I'm hearing from you.
I mean, I don't know about that because we're doing an N.W.A. movie. We actually doing the feature film, and Dre's involved as a producer. I'm involved as a producer, and I want us to do a new track. At least 1 or 2.
Who's going to play Easy in the movie?
We got, we got some good unknown actors who, we chose to use unknowns to give it that authenticity. So that's what we tried to do. We tried to give it.
That's a Taft high education. Right?
Yeah, man. See, if I'd went to Crenshaw when it came out like that.
Authenticism.
I like picturing like Kevin Hart with that hair.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah. I think he's a little out of your price range.
Yeah, so we gonna tell the story of the world's most dangerous group. Hopefully, we get a couple of new tracks between me, Dre, and Ren.
What about Yella?
I mean, Yella didn't rap.
I didn't know that.
No, Yella didn't rap. Yella actually started doing pornos after N.W.A. He was like directing pornos.
He was directing pornos?
He was directing them. No, he didn't. He wasn't in them. He was
Why
directing.
not? If you're directing them, just go, hold on, let me take this one, man. Like somebody really.
I mean, he might have jumped in after the cameras wasn't rolling, knowing Yella, but he.
So I didn't even know there was an N.W.A. movie in the works. You and Dre are producing. Do you know who the director's going to be?
F. Gary Gray, who directed. Yeah,
hell yeah.
Directed. He directed Me and Friday. He directed. Set It Off, Italian Job.
How high were you on the set of Friday? You guys were acting like you were high, or did you and Chris just go, "Hey man, fuck it, it's lunch, let's burn it up"?
I didn't get high on Friday.
Really?
We had 20 days to shoot that movie, and we didn't know what the hell we was doing, and I wanted to make sure the shit came out right. I didn't start getting high until the second or third one. When I knew we had something good.
Ice Cube, straight out of Compton. I love it. And so we got to look forward to the N.W.A. documentary coming out. That'll be
no, it's not a documentary.
It's a movie, just a feature film.
Feature film. It'll be out.
You might want to work on a documentary.
It'll be out next year.
Next year, and 22 Jump Street is coming out in June.
Yeah, June 13th.
Where Captain's going to be crazier and batshit nuttier.
Yeah, no doubt.
My man, I've been hounding Ice Cube. The listeners need to know this. For probably about a year, I've been dropping you emails, texts, and then finally you were like, all right, fuck it, when?
Nah, you was like, yo, man, come to my crib in Palisades. And I was like, damn, he wants to come like 7:30. That's big traffic.
Yeah,
a lot of traffic that way.
And I was like, how about we just do it at my radio show office at noon?
Perfect.
And you were in. And
Perfect.
I will say this.
I was on time. You thought I was going to be late, didn't you?
No,
and you thought I was going to have an entourage. I know, Jay. I know you thought I was going to have about 15 motherfuckers in the hallway. I came by myself, solo.
I don't know if you heard me earlier talking about on the set of Are We There Yet? I was impressed with your work ethic. I would assume you'd be on time. But what is it? I saw KRS-One in Long Beach. There was 15 people on stage with KRS-One. Cool Herc just standing there with his arms folded for an hour and a half. And the opening acts, like there was 18, like every rapper that ever rapped in Long Beach was on the bill on that show. KRS-One went on the show 1 o'clock in the morning. Man, I was tired. I mistimed my high.
Yeah.
I got sleepy. Like, man, just it says doors open at 7 on the ticket, so I go, I'll get there at 9. I'll be straight. 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
He went on stage. But you were in the festival. You were supposed to go on last. What song do you close with?
It Was a Good Day.
Really?
Got to close with It Was a Good Day.
But it's kind of a mellow tune. Is that like the
But
feel good?
It's
bring
a feel
everybody
good.
together
Yeah,
at the
you
end?
know, you don't want people fighting. You know what I mean? Some of my records, man. if I ended with some of them records, you'd have hostile environment leaving the building. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I want everybody to leave feeling like they had a good time. They don't want to fight. They just want to go get some pussy.
Have you ever owned an AK-47?
Yes.
Really?
Of course.
I love it. You're no joke, Ice Cube. And I will say this. I never saw